Welcome back to the MakeForms tutorial series. In this video, we'll explore the email field. The email field is built to capture a valid and reliable email ID from your respondents. It offers complete control over verification, domain validation, and advanced settings, helping you ensure that every email collected is genuine. To begin, add an email field to your form. Let's get started with the basic settings. At the top, you'll see the toggle for required field. When it's enabled, the user must enter a valid email format. Otherwise, the form will prevent submission and show an invalid message. Right below the required field toggle, you'll see the option to enable verification. When this is turned on, the user must verify their email before submitting the form. After they type their email address, a verification code is automatically sent to that email. The user enters the code to confirm their email, and once it's verified, the form can be submitted successfully. If the user doesn't verify their email, the form still gets submitted. It just won't show the verified icon next to the email. Right below it, you'll see the Verify First toggle. If Verify First is enabled, the rest of the form stays hidden until the email is successfully verified. You can adjust the button label to match your form's tone. For example, changing Continue to Verify Email. Let's see how it works. After the user enters their email, they receive an OTP. Once they type in the correct code, the email field shows a green confirmation indicator and becomes locked. At that moment, the full form becomes visible, and the user can continue entering their details normally. You'll also find the Mark as Unique field option, which becomes visible when the required field toggle is turned on. Once enabled, a text box labeled Error Message for Unique Field appears. Here you can enter the message. If a user enters a duplicate email, this message will appear, and the form will not submit until a unique email ID is provided. This is helpful for avoiding duplicate registrations or submissions. The placeholder text lets you display a short hint inside the email field before the user types anything. Below that, you'll find the helper text toggle. When turned on, two options appear: placement and text. Add your helper message inside the text box. For example, we'll use this email to send your order updates. Under placement, you can show it as an info icon, which shows the helper message in a tooltip when the user hovers on it, or display it directly beneath the field for better clarity. You can also define the maximum length for the email. This allows you to control how long the email input can be. One of the key features of this field is domain validation. You'll see a drop-down with multiple domain control options. Allow all domains. This accepts every valid email domain. It's the default option used for most public forms. Next is disallow free domains. This prevents users from entering emails from well-known free providers such as gmail.com or yahoo.com. It's particularly useful when you want responses only from professional or organizational email accounts. Allow certain domains. This option lets you restrict submissions to specific domains only. A text box appears below where you can type the domains you want to allow. For example, entering acmacorp.com means only emails ending with @acmacorp.com will be accepted. If someone enters an email that doesn't match the rules you've set, the field will show an error message. The last option is disallow certain domains. Here, you can list the domains you don't want to accept. If you add something like acmecorp.com, any email ending with that domain will be blocked. Now let's move to the advanced settings. Turn on Repeat this field to let users enter multiple email addresses. You'll also be able to set the maximum number of entries allowed. For example, if your form needs 2 contact emails, or if someone wants to provide alternate addresses, they can click Add More to insert additional entries. Users can remove entries anytime while filling the form. Enable Mark as Sensitive Data when you want to protect the email as sensitive information. Only team members with the correct permissions will be able to view it in the responses section. Let's see default value first. This option allows you to pre-fill the email field with a value that appears automatically when the form loads. It's useful for internal forms or personalized links where you already know the user's email. Users can keep the default value or change it unless the field is disabled. When you enable Disable Field, the email becomes non-editable. Users can see the value but cannot change it. This is commonly used when the email comes from an authenticated session or system-generated value. Turning on Hidden Field removes the field from the visible form entirely. However, its default value will still be submitted in the final response. In the Advanced tab, you'll find Fill from Query Parameter. This allows the email field to autofill from a URL parameter. For example, adding a parameter like john@acmacorp.com to your form link will automatically populate the field with that value. Perfect for personalized invites or automated onboarding. And that's everything you need to know about the email address field in MakeForms. See you in the next video.